I'm Elisabeth Niederdöckl, and I'm in my third year of PhD here at École des hautes études sciences sociales in Paris and at KU Leuven in Belgium. My research focuses on portable altars from the 11th and 12th centuries, and I'm studying their conception, perception, and use through theological writings from the 11th and 12th centuries, so of theologians as Rupert of Deutz or Georg von Reichersberg. And what really my research focuses on are objects. So I have objects which are used to celebrate the rite outside sacred space in the 11th and 12th centuries, and what I'm interested in is to understand better how this was perceived in their social and obviously also religious contexts. So the idea of this project obviously evolved also from my dissertation project. So as I start writing about objects from the first moment, I'm also interested in questioning what can we say about the objects, how can we use the objects to articulate a stronger and a more profound idea which is behind them, which is then a social construct. And so this was also the idea of this école doctorale, to bring together different students from different milieus, from different backgrounds, which are working on objects as the first interest, and to see how they treat the literature we have on them, and how they combine the research to what scholarly production has been. My role was first to think about what we want to discuss within this project, and why it would be interesting to bring together two universities. And then within the selection, we looked at the different objects which are used, the methodology, so to bring together also students which might exchange better within their methodologies, so not always having the same methodology, but the projects we got were all very high standard, very good. So there was the writing of the project, which involved the starting from the scholarly literature which exists, and how this is nowadays also treated in France, but not only in France, but also outside of Europe. And to see how different scholars and how different PhD students also nowadays work on the objects in different ways. And we were also interested in bringing together different PhD students which are working on objects in different ways, because usually when you're a PhD student and you use methodologies which are not used by everyone, it is also difficult to find a group, let's say, where you exchange, not just on your period, but generally on the methodology. And given that I'm in my third year also, I'm now writing the methodological part of my dissertation. And so I also found it from as a personal point of view, interesting to exchange with other students. And this was really also the idea of the project, to open up to other students which have a similar methodology, and to bring them together to exchange also in the future, also now, on how they approach these methodologies without becoming too generalistic or too specific, or using objects in a simple way. So really from our organizatorial point of view, what we did was writing together, elaborating together the project, so the content, the call, and choosing the candidates. Given that I'm having an international background also with my master's, and I came here to Paris just for my PhDs, for my doctoral studies, and I was also I always saw that going into different countries and seeing how the academic milieu changes and how the approaches changes, I thought that it would be even more interesting to see how this works in the US. And especially also because a lot of scholarly literature on the subject we're treating here is from the US. So the scholars, this is fundamental also to then read it. And so this was also the idea to then exchange with within this different milieu. So yes, it was really important for me to open up, I would say, my horizon to new experiences.